So, welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Brotherhood TV. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So, for this episode, we are going to do something very special. We're going to be opening up with our Dear Brother letters. All right, so I'm going to go first. All right, so this is our very first letter. Dear Brotherhood TV, I'm 26 years old, and my credit is fucked. There's really no other way of putting it. I got my first credit card during my freshman year of college. I actually abused it for things like clothes, partying, pizza, and boys. I recently applied for a job and an apartment and was denied for both on the account of my low credit score. I have definitely become more disciplined with my money as I have gotten older, but I am concerned that my lack of financial responsibility will negatively impact about my ability to attract a quality mate. Here is my question. Should we consider things like credit, finances, money, etc. when evaluating a potential boyfriend? If so, how much weight should we give it? I'll go first. We should.
When?
In dating a guy, I definitely believe.
When would you, like, what's your credit score? When do you ask that?
I believe that when you start to take a guy serious, we need to find out, like, if this is going to be something serious and something that we're going to go long term with, I believe that you should ask somebody what their credit is, like. So how is their spending? What's their credit like? We need to ask these questions.
You can observe someone's spending habits.
It's true.
You can observe like what they say.
But I like to ask direct questions.
If you ain't never got money, that's a problem. If you never have it, but you got the cute Louis bag, but you can't go to buy a sandwich at McDonald's, something's wrong. There's a miss here. Or if everything is on credit, there's a problem. There's a problem.
What about you? What do you think?
I think that's valid, but it's just depending on when. You're not going to ask me on first date my credit score.
Why not?
Because it's none of your business.
It's none of your business, sweetie. I mean, I think for me is that's a conversation that happens way far into the relationship.
Like we're moving in.
We're about to move in with each other. Where we decided to have a joint account.
Ooh, what?
I mean, whatever the case might be, you know.
Whatever,
but I feel like also, I think that we must also take into consideration that just because somebody's credit might be on point, don't mean that they're relationship material.
That's true. They might not be relationship material, but you also don't want to find out 2 months before you move in with somebody that you don't know how to manage your finances. Like
exactly.
I'm not interested in like moving in with you, and you had like your credit score is below like 600.
I mean, I will say this. I mean, you gotta think about why somebody's credit is low. I mean, like, I don't think that credit score is accurate because, especially when you think about who has debt. Like, you want a man that's educated, right? What if he put himself through college and he has loans?
That's true.
What if you want the man who's independent?
You need to know how to consolidate your loans. You need to know how to take out loans with low interest rates.
But everybody is not taught that, though.
Very
few people are taught that.
I'm sorry, but I totally understand. A lot of people aren't taught those things, but we should know how to spend our money. And I believe that you should ask these questions. You need to ask these questions because at the end of the day, they're going to want to depend on you. You're depending on their partner.
They didn't say that. They didn't say that. I should know how to spend my money. If I want to spend every last bit of my money on a shirt, I'll spend every last bit of my money on a shirt. I'm not bothering you. You want to go out, then go out by yourself.
So you don't. So do you feel if,
or if you want me to go out that bad, then you'll pay for me to go. So I'm not saying that I'm like that, but
answer this question. You get with the guy.
Right.
Horrible credit.
Okay.
Always broke. Do you stay with him? Like
always broke? Why? What?
Why you always, I mean, hold on. You know what? That brings you back to: does he have a job?
Yeah.
Does he have an education? Where are you attracted to about this person? I mean, like,
a person has a job does not mean they know how to say it.
I'm sorry.
You didn't say that, but why don't you got no money?
If you're riding down the street on a bicycle throwing newspapers at people's front doors, sorry, you're probably not my cup of tea.
What?
That's fierce.
The thing about when we think about a quality male, whatever the characteristics of a quality male, like I can almost say, no one knows what the qualities are, but I can almost say that nobody wants to be with somebody who does not know how to handle their finances or their partner's finances.
Exactly.
Because that's when you're dipping in the minds.
No, it's exactly what I'm saying right there. They need to know
knows how to handle his business.
Exactly.
And credit is not a direct reflection of that, though.
Yeah.
Credit score is not a direct reflection of that at all.
Knowing how to spend money.
When you think about
you also have to think about the fact that credit follows you for years. And let's say even if you did have some type of account when you were 21 and now you're like 27. No, let's say 21 and now you're 27. You got one more year before that shit falls off. You think you're really gonna pay that? Because I'm not.
Right. But when you think about moving in with somebody who cannot help you finance that place,
I'll suck up that 562 credit score.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, I feel when you want to buy a car together, like, and he can't help you.
Exactly. At what point in the relationship?
When you are moving in together.
Move in, buy car, get dog. No, that don't happen all in 1 week.
When you are moving in together, this train is going. Okay,
exactly.
We're going to be moving in with somebody who is not going to be able to help you.
If you're not financially stable,
I agree with that.
Excuse me,
but credit score's not.
Oh my God.
I think it's really about, because he sounds like he obviously understands that it's an issue that he was unwise with his money, and it also sounds like he's open to figuring out how he can change it. He just feels like at the place right now, he doesn't know how desirable he's going to be if somebody that he wants or is dating knew about his credit past. I mean, I think whether or not what you did in the past, it's one thing. The past is the past. You can't change it.
Exactly.
What you can do now is move on with the future and say, you know what? I'm actually going to invest a little money, see how I can get some type of assistance or resources on talking to a financial counselor. One of my friends might be really good at budgeting money, and just, you might have to start off a clean slate, but hello, you actually, at least you're starting.
Furthermore, one more thing. If you're with somebody and you want to be with them, I don't feel as though monetary or tangible things should be like your priority and you want to be with them. If you want to be with them because of like their personality, things about that, they make you feel, I guess maybe you're gonna work with your partner. You're gonna work with your partner to listen. You're gonna work with your partner to help them budget, to help them get these things. If you want, if your end result and your end goal that you want out of this is to be in a healthy, monogamous relationship with this individual, then you're going to go forth the proper ways, and that is helping each other out. It's all about like how much effort you want to put into it. It's not a trap.
I just want to add this though. In dating someone and in being in the relationship with a person, I feel as though if
y'all want to you want to switch seats?
But see, the thing is, I totally agree. A quality man knows how to take care of his business. A quality man, again, knows how to take care of his business. And I will tell this person, what you should do is you should enter into your situation. If you start taking a guy seriously, you know what? I have fucked up credit, but I'm working on it. I believe just being coming
on the first date.
Not on the first date. I'm saying when you're gonna take it serious. When you're going to take.
Hi, my name is 532. That's my credit score. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
We are not on this first date train.
Exactly.
This is down the line when you're ready to move in together.
I say the conversation is when you decide to move in together. Even when you start taking it serious, you're not telling everything.
Oh yeah, we about to sign this. You know I ain't got good credit, right? Like, no, I mean you picked a fine time to speak up.
I know what I'm saying. You can't put me when you begin having that conversation. When you begin having that conversation. So relationship wise, you can say, okay, you know what, we getting serious, we're catching feelings, blah blah blah. I love you, blah blah blah. Great, wonderful, cute. But then there's a conversation like, we're going to take our relationship to the next level.
I love you.
I'm saying once that conversation begins, that's when you say, you know what, this is what I'm bringing to the table. You say, you know what, this is what I'm bringing to the table.
But I believe that knowing a person, spending habits, financial history, those things are important when you're going to be we're on the train again towards something serious.
All right.
That's important.
I got off on the second stop. Y'all keep going. It's done. All right.
So we'll be right back, you guys, here on Brotherhood TV.
What is with you in this first? Hi, and welcome back to Brotherhood TV, only on BrotherhoodTV.com. We're going to continue with our Dear Brother letters. So the next one is, Dear Brother TV, I'm a big fan of the show, and I anxiously await each episode every Monday. Keep up the good work. I recently went on a date with a guy and had a great time. The vibe was very good, and no, we didn't have sex, LOL. But now is the hard part. I really want to talk to him, either on the phone, text, email, but at the same time, I do not want to appear thirsty. How do I figure out when and how too much contact is with someone after the first meeting or date? Me personally, I feel as though we spend too much time trying not to appear a certain way by making the first move. In other words, if you like someone and you want to talk to them, why not? Just curious, and instead of waiting around for them to contact you. I'm curious to hear what the brothers have to say.
Can I start this one, please?
Sure.
I've experienced this.
Yes. Go on.
When you're really into somebody, you know, it's kind of awkward when you really don't know where they stand. So I mean, that leaves a lot of questions for us to like kind of sort of ask you, which is like, okay, well, was the first date like so amazing that like you guys call each other like the next day? Yeah, you guys didn't have sex, but did you guys kiss? Oh, well, what was the emotional connection at the point? You know, are you just in strong like? Are you lusting over, you know, are you lusting after the person? Do you just find him super duper attractive and you really don't know about his mentality? I would say, not me personally.
Shut up.
I would say that you have to learn how to like give a little to get a little. So like I feel like if you put out the bait and he takes it, that's one thing. But then you have to realize a lot of people are
James.
You have to realize that a lot of people are not gonna be as forward as other people may want them to be. So like you may be that person that's like, oh, I'm gonna call you tomorrow and I'm gonna call you the day after that, I'm gonna call you the day after that. You wanna come over? Come on over. Oh really? You wanna come over again? Come on over. We can just hang out, watch movies, have tea, go out, go to the movies, and he might be like, yo, that's way too much. You know, but like you really gotta kind of play it by ear. I would put out bait. So I'd be like, oh, well, you know that new movie Colombiana's coming out, because I'm gonna go see that. It's coming out, do you want it? Like, I really wanna go see that. And if he's like, oh, great, have a good time, you don't wanna spend time with him. It's the truth. If he's like, oh, I like that movie too, throw out some more bait. Well, you know, there's a showing, you know, in like 30 minutes. You wanna go?
You know, that kind of spent about 20 minutes on the phone throwing out bait. Ask him, you want to go to the movies is on.
But he doesn't want to seem thirsty, but you also don't want to seem parched.
You don't seem... You're not going to seem thirsty. If you think you're thirsty, then pay it. Go on to the next person. This is how you are. That's the kind of person you are. I'm a very social person, and I like to just put things out there, but you said everybody's not like that. And it's just like, hey, it's a movie. You want to go? No, I don't want to go. Why you don't want to go? You ain't doing nothing else. Like, no.
I mean, I agree with Diarty. I mean, I think that number one, I think it's really important, like when you started talking to people, start talking to someone, to just pace yourself. Because I mean, I feel like we get caught up in this game of like, well, he didn't text me back yesterday, so I'm not gonna text him for like 2 days. And he didn't do this. I mean, and so we start building this tension. We start doing this. We start playing this game, and I think automatically, me personally, I hate that. I hate that game. I hate that game. So if I wanna like ask somebody to do something, to come out with me, to go on a date with me, whatever the case may be, I'm just gonna be straight up. I mean, I think we do a lot more damage to ourselves, like contemplating what is he thinking, how is he going to do it. Just ask the question.
But I don't like being turned down. You're all
going to be turned down if you bait it.
If you bait it, you ain't putting all your 100% in there. You're like, hey, there's a movie. That's nice.
No, but you did. But you did. Thinking about it and contemplating, I mean, that's just a lot of
contemplating. I saw a commercial and like the way the commercial looked.
But you know the underlying meaning was, I want you to catch this bait. You didn't catch that bait, so I'm internally like, oh dang, I'm upset. Just the same upset as you would have been if he would have came out and said it. But I think it would have been straight to the point. Oh, I want to go to the movies. I don't know. You call me thirsty. I guess my lungs flooded. I don't care.
I mean, my thing is though, like, you can't have these like extremely high expectations. I mean, like, be cognizant of when you text people. You text me between 9 and 5. Like, I might not get back to you immediately. I have a real job. I mean, like, don't set your expectations too high. I mean, particularly like
too late.
And leave open-ended text messages like, hey, how you doing? You know, like, I'm just trying to see what's up. Like, start a conversation or whatever. I mean, if they don't respond to you for another 6 hours, like, at least they got back to you.
I believe that texting takes the personability out of like people. Like, don't text. Too. You better call.
Don't talk.
Text about logistics. No. Text about logistics.
I got free nights after 7.
Oh, no, you don't have a
for a reason. Really? Does that have a limit? Y'all are fit.
No, but I'm definitely. I'm done.
Well, I got free nights after 7.
I definitely think that
and roll over.
It's very important that, like, in hearing everything that everyone was saying, I feel if you want to do it, I say just come out and be direct. Mm-hmm. I'm a direct person. Like, if I want to go out somewhere and do something, I'm going to invite you. I'm going to call you and ask if you want to go out to the movies. Other period.
Call or text.
You should live your life direct.
I would probably. How you gonna ask
so one thing I want to mention too, because it sounds like he is not a direct person. Mm-hmm. So I think if you are not a direct person, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's better said than done. I think you should probably maybe phrase it like, you know, would you like to hang out? If you feel comfortable saying this date, do you want to hang out? Or
what is hang out?
I personally don't like I mean, and you can talk about that in a follow-up conversation depending on his response. But I think I personally don't like to have a conversation of like, oh, I sent a text, you want to hang out this weekend? But if that is the most comfortable you feel doing that, and you like this guy, and you want to get some type of answer, it sounds like that might be the best option for you. Send a text saying, do you want to hang out, or whatever.
So here goes, just a quickly, my own Dear Brother letter. So Dear Brothers, so I have this problem where a lot of times people like come at me because I'm an emailer. I like to email. So
emails.
I like
Scam.
Shut up. Be quiet. I like to email. So can I email a person I'm talking to, like someone that I'm dating?
What? That turns it into work. It is no longer fun. It's not fun anymore.
I'm not checking my email. Oh, he wants to go on a date today.
I won't.
But you will.
I won't.
But you will.
No, I agree. I agree with James Diardi. I mean, I feel like I associate email with like work.
But I'm always in front of a computer.
Don't email me.
Don't email me.
Your phone's always on your hip. Like I don't understand that.
Don't email me. You don't want nothing.
Just show up.
I would prefer a text than an email. I prefer a text over an
email
email.
is just so like, why are you emailing me? Maybe because I don't check emails. I don't like emails.
You don't?
Yeah.
And I check so much emails for work, so I just don't want to check an email about my personal life.
I think anything like, even if you Facebook me, like, why are you Facebooking me? You have my number.
Exactly.
That just broke it up right there.
Especially if you're talking to somebody, I feel like it devalues like where you guys are at. If you guys are progressively moving and you're retracting back to email, which is what you do, like at the beginning, usually when you really don't have a face to the name in our time and age, like I don't know.
Wait,
I'm gonna tell you.
I feel like that's way too formal.
No. Any type of email. That's what I'm saying. I said any type of email. Like in the day that we live in, people usually are online chatting before they meet face to face. A lot of the time.
Has my name.
That's the very beginning. Like don't bring me back.
I just feel like that's really way too formal. I mean, I feel like when you're gonna say, hey, hey Ernest, hope this email reached you
well.
Sincerely.
And if it's my email, it's got a big old signature at the bottom.
Right, do you have separate emails? Do you have a work email? And do you have... Oh, okay. I was about to say.
That's a trap.
It's not a trap. So anyway, on that note,
wrapping up Christmas Dear Brother.
On that note, we'll be right back, you guys.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Brotherhood TV, only on BrotherhoodTV.com. And we have a live audience. Give another round of applause, audience. We love you. Thanks for being here. So this segment, we're doing a little bit of something different, something special, something fun. And we're playing a little game. It's called Fact or Fiction. Debunking sexual myths. So how this is going to work is I'm going to read a statement and we're going to give the brothers a chance to say fact or fiction and why.
Gotcha.
Everybody got it? Everybody cool? Everybody cool?
We got that.
And so Blake and I are going to alternate.
I know, look at your questions.
We're going to see. Okay. So the statement is fact or fiction. If I had an infection, as in a sexually transmitted infection, I'd know it.
That is false.
Why? Why?
Because you don't always show symptoms right away. Or sometimes you don't even show
symptoms at all. And some symptoms are so minuscule that you wouldn't even acknowledge it. Like a lot of STDs will cause like normal like sicknesses, like you have like flu-like symptoms, like people get the flu. You're not gonna know that you have you're not gonna know that you have HIV because you have the flu. It's gonna be deeper than that. So no, not only that, but there are some
over time.
I feel like yeah, I would agree. Not all the time.
It's not. It's a myth. It's a myth.
Okay.
Buzzing in.
You might know, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's false.
So it is fiction. Most STDs actually don't show symptoms at all. No. And some, however, you will see symptoms, as James mentioned, gradually. But other STIs, sexually transmitted infections like syphilis or HIV, you can go long periods of times without knowing it, without showing any symptoms, especially HIV.
So the next one, it's important for me to clean myself out using enemas by douching before having anal sex or being fisted.
Myth.
True.
You
don't think you should clean yourself?
Listen. I think you should. I think you should
whatever that say. Copper what?
I think it's a copper.
Whatever that say, if that says it's the truth,
repeat that. Repeat that.
You need to clean yourself.
No, repeat that.
So once again, the question is: it's important for me to clean myself out using enemas or by douching.
If you don't want to get knocked,
anal sex or being fisted.
If you don't want to be killed,
okay. I'm gonna tell you that's why I'm telling you why it's a myth. Okay, because during intercourse and sex and stuff. You can rip your walls.
Blood, that's it. Nope. All I'm saying is like poop.
Blood?
Like poop.
You talk about poop, then you gonna take a doo-doo.
No. If stuff hits the wall, stuff gets stuck.
Then you enema induce the day before. You don't want to have open, girl, boom. Like, get together.
Chris, any thoughts?
Don't go back. Okay.
Well, for me,
it's
me personally.
For me personally, I feel that you need to clean yourself.
So,
like,
it is a myth. You actually douching and cleaning removes lining of like mucosal lining from the anal walls and everything.
Okay.
I mean, yes, you don't want to kind of have the shitty kitty, but
you don't want to pain anybody.
Right.
You don't want to pain anybody.
But you also don't kind of want to put things into your body
Picasso.
that are actually not supposed to be there.
Can you put warm water up there?
No, I mean,
you replace the enema juice and put warm water.
Yeah, you can, but still.
It would be a better effect though.
Go get the StreamJet from manhunt.com.
StreamJet. Oops.
Oh my God. Yeah. Don't bring that girl.
So I think also is really to just like pace your when you shit, just pace yourself.
I don't got a speedometer or a thing on when
maybe. I mean, considering the fact that I think like 3 to 5 hours it takes after you've eaten some solid foods to shit, you need to just like plan it out.
Eat right beforehand. Like we go out for dinner and a movie, and you know you're gonna do it. Do it in the movie dinner.
The way I eat, I won't be able to have sex right afterwards. Oops, I'm even through.
Well, all right.
Okay, next question. Move on.
You need to clean yourself.
So here's a statement.
Freak.
I have been vaccinated for hepatitis C.
Work.
No, it's.
So we need to tell you if it's.
That's a myth, right?
I have been what?
Vaccinated for hepatitis C.
It's fiction.
I'm gonna say that
that's true.
In Africa, I think they do.
Okay.
No, I'm not even joking. I think in Africa they do because they have small traces of hepatitis C. And since I'm American, I'm gonna say no. It's a myth.
Is there even a vaccination for Hep C, or is it only for Hep A and B? I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna say that that's false.
I'm gonna stick with myth all the way.
Right.
That's true, right?
Actually, it is a myth.
Told you. Hey.
Except for Africa.
Now, hepatitis C, you might have been vaccinated for hepatitis A or B.
Yes.
But currently, right now, there's a lot of research still being done. Hepatitis C is a very different virus from hepatitis A and hepatitis B. So at this moment, there is absolutely no vaccination for hepatitis C. Hepatitis.
Okay.
So there's no. So you didn't know.
None.
So he didn't know he was talking.
Nope.
All right, next one.
I have never slept with anyone who is HIV positive.
You don't know that.
You
could know. If you only had sex with one person and y'all got an HIV test, then you would know. Essentially, why always
okay. It's usually a myth.
Usually it's a myth. Okay.
If you have any type of promiscuous sex, even if you are using condoms and you have not, it's very rare. Like if you've had sex with 10 people over in the course of like 2-3 years, are you really gonna say that each and every one of those people you've gone and got tested with, even if you use a condom, because that's what casual sex comes into play?
So you can't say it's fact. That can't be fact because you don't know.
One in 5 men, black men, is HIV positive, and half don't know it.
Okay. So then if we use that as, and if we're having sex with,
if you use that as a catalyst, yes.
Yeah,
the likelihood is you have had sex with someone who is HIV positive. They may not have told you they were HIV positive. They may not have known they were HIV positive, or their last or quick rapid test probably told them they were HIV negative within the past 3 months, and that may not necessarily be true. So, given if whatever community you're having sex in, Black, Latino, Asian, whatever, you may have had sex with someone who's HIV positive, with or without a condom, which is why it's extremely important to get tested.
Right. What's the answer?
Myth.
That's it's a myth. Oh yeah.
It's a myth. I mean, I think to add on to that, it also depends on the window period. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if I had sex last week,
got tested tomorrow,
and got tested today, I could still be infected. But the fact of the matter is, the antibodies have not been sort of produced in your body enough to detect the virus. So you can still be HIV positive and not show it because of just how the window period is called, sort of seroconversion, the period in which you go from being infected to actually being detectable as HIV positive. So, all right, so the next question is, you can't catch anything serious through oral sex.
False.
That's false.
That's a myth.
We ain't got to elaborate on that.
We got herpes, syphilis, you got crabs in the mustache, you got everything. You catch anything.
Chris?
Yeah, false. It's false.
Okay. It is false. It is false. Great job, you guys. Basically, in terms of gay men, in terms of just syphilis infections, over half of them are transmitted through oral sex. Mm-hmm. And syphilis is, but the good thing about syphilis though, if I can add real quick, it's treatable through penicillin, and I think there's another treatment option as well. But syphilis is a very serious STI.
Also, like things like cold sores that a lot of people think nothing of have the potential to transmit or to turn themselves into genital warts or herpes. So it's important that you kind of take care of your mouth holistically. HIV can be transmitted through oral sex. It's rare, but it can be. So if you notice you have inflamed tonsils, you might not want to be putting your mouth on every pole you see.
Right.
But there are kind of a lot of things that happen orally that we don't think of necessarily. Crabs, herpes, SIF, HIV. You can get them all. So.
All right. So the next question I am going to ask is, where's this question?
You see, we've upgraded. We're now on the iPad.
All right, so we will continue this game, this fun game, Fact or Fiction, with the fellas. We'll be right back.
Brotherhood TV. Welcome back, everyone, to BrotherhoodTV.com. Brotherhood TV, only on BrotherhoodTV.com. We're going to continue our conversation, our game, Fact and Fiction. And the next statement, brothers, you ready? You ready? We're ready.
Okay. Bisexuals cannot be monogamous.
That is a myth.
That's a myth.
Bisexuals can be monogamous.
I don't believe in bisexuality, but it's a myth.
Oh God!
You said you don't what?
Hey, listen, Jesus.
Chris seems like he has something he wants to add about kind of.
No, I believe bisexuals can be monogamous.
Are you being political, or do you really believe it?
I believe bisexuals can be monogamous, but I'm just laughing at what James said. James said that he doesn't believe in bisexuality.
Well, why don't you believe in bisexuality?
Why don't you believe in bisexuality?
It's my opinion. It doesn't even matter.
No, defend it.
No,
go ahead.
Because I
the
just
very
don't
first
believe in
episode
it.
when we said something about bisexuals, they came for us on everything. They came out their throat on us about the bisexuals. So I would like for James to defend his thought. Go ahead.
Why don't you believe bisexuality exists?
Because I don't know. I just don't think that it is.
Because you like labels.
It's not labels because bisexuality is a
you like
label.
either or.
Yeah, it's one or the other to me. I'm very black and white, and I know we don't live in a black and white world, but we should.
Can we play on this really quickly? Let's play on this. I believe, and I feel like we've already spoke about this as far as like a spectrum of sexuality. I don't feel as though sexuality is a definitive anything. I believe that here's a spectrum. 1% falls here, 1% falls here, and it is 98% in the middle. And right here in the middle, huh?
So, all right, Kenzie.
Right. Go ahead.
So I feel like if that's the case, like, I mean, you might classify or identify as a gay male. However, are you really like that 100% gay man that's like, oh, gay man, gay man? Or do you kind of like are you like 97%?
James is.
James, you were the 1%.
Are you that 1%, James?
But it goes both ways. I feel like we as a people, like I feel like sexuality didn't come along until like, what year did you say again?
18.
Sexuality has been along for a while.
Deemed sexuality.
The term homosexuality wasn't in style until like 1868.
Wow. I honestly just don't.
But I believe in bisexuality. I love the bisexuals.
Thank you.
I love bisexuals too.
You do.
I mean, I think that it was fiction. Bisexuals have the capacity to be monogamous just like anybody else. And bisexuals also have the capacity to be promiscuous, just like gay men, just like straight men. Everybody can be promiscuous. Everybody can be monogamous. I mean, I think that there's a lot of stigma sometimes within our community about dating bisexual men, but that's a different story. But yes, they can be monogamous.
One of the episode.
So the next question, baby oil and Vaseline are okay to use as lubricant?
No.
If you're barebacking it, it sure can.
Beer what in it?
If you're barebacking it,
Barebacking it is not okay.
I didn't say it was okay. I didn't say it's okay. All I'm saying is you can, these are thin lines that we're teetering on with these facts and fictions. Are they okay lubricants? Do they help you slip and slide? Yes. Therefore, if you are having bareback sex, they will help you. However, they are not conducive to use with latex because they help break down the latex. Are they okay to use with polyurethane? I really don't know. Can you use them with polyurethane?
Do we still use polyurethane?
Female condoms, polyurethane condoms for people who are allergic to latex.
You don't want to use Vaseline or baby oil during sex, actually regardless.
Right.
You kind of...
Not even if you want to wipe somebody down?
Aside from that, we're talking penetration.
We're talking about penetration.
Penetration? Oh, like butt sex.
Yes, receptive anal intercourse.
Right. I mean, I think that DRD's point, I think that also, not only does it is...
it helps break down the latex.
It helps break down the latex, but also even if it is a bareback sex, it also is not supposed to be used for internal purposes.
And that's when you use the douche.
So it breaks down lining. It increases the likelihood of being constipated. It also increases the likelihood of bleeding. Even. So I'm about to butcher this word. Water soluble lubricants. If you're allergic to that, there's also silicone that works as well.
I feel like having sex at all has a possibility of constipating or making you bleed.
But I just said the likelihood increases the likelihood. That's what I said.
Depends on who's up there. What you say?
No, there's nothing
Depends on who's up there.
I can't ask the last question. And I think the last question before we get ready to wrap is, the average penis size is 5 to 6 inches.
I think that's true.
That's a fact.
I think that's fair.
The average penis size is 6.5 inches, but I would say that...
I think it's that.
Average... Do you mean the average that you've ever had?
The average...
No, not that you ever had.
Among men. Among people with penises.
Okay.
The average among,
people with penises. People with penises.
Penis holding individuals.
It's 5 to 6 inches.
6.5, that's false.
That's true.
6.5 I think is a little big. To be average.
6.5, we already had this conversation before, 6.5.
I think
okay, so what is it?
The average penis size is 5 to 6 inches hard.
So you're wrong.
And not erect, it ranges between 1 and 4
inches.
1
inches.
The average?
Inch of what?
1 inch of skin.
So, I mean, not the average that you may have had.
Oops. Listen, don't snap your neck at me.
We're talking about the average penis holding individual.
And is it true? Is it true that it can grow to like 4 or 5 inches after it's like from I don't know.
No.
Some people are growers and other people are showers.
But it's like some it's like
some people are showers and it just gets hard.
Yeah,
it's the same length. It just gets hard.
It just stands up.
Yeah.
Now, can I say something? Because I also feel like there is definitely a higher frequency among certain populations to have that sort of above average. Because I mean, you're talking about genetics, ultimately. Penis size is genetic.
Really?
Just like everything, your whole physical makeup.
Ron Jeremy.
What?
You know, there's a fat white guy with the big thing.
But we don't know his parents.
I don't know his parents.
Or his grandfather.
But I think there's a frequency.
Or his grandmother.
Okay, so now that we all know,
We're gonna
5 to 6 inches. 5 to 6. I think with that, we're gonna close our show. So thank you for tuning in to Brotherhood TV, only on BrotherhoodTV.com. You can find us also on Facebook at Facebook.com/Brotherhood TV or Twitter at Twitter.com/Brotherhood TV. Or if you really want to talk to us individually, you can find us all on Facebook by our names.
At Brotherhood TV.
and Brotherhood TV email.
And so
stuff.
with that said, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to tune in next Monday for a new episode of Brotherhood TV. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye, you guys.
Yeah.